I go
Bulldogs should be up in there though.
Bulldogs. Bulldogs, in my opinion, would be number 4. I mean,
Well, yeah,
he's
that's what I was gonna
still the
say.
cream
Yeah,
of the crop, in that division. I mean, we have our division hasn't helped each other out much here, but a couple other people have helped us out, beating the Bulldogs, but it hasn't been in our division. So he is the guy. So that's definitely number 4. When you
so
go to
then
number
at
5,
5,
this is where it gets interesting.
we
I
got
personally
the
think
Colts, the Lions, and the Eagles are the
I would
teams
say
that I
the
think.
Colts, but here's my problem with that. The Colts don't play in a division that's absolutely loaded, and the
Yep.
Lions do.
Yeah,
I think the Lions have earned a top 5 spot, in my
I
opinion.
think they have as well, especially with the MVP. I mean, we literally just talked about Matt Stafford for at least 5 or 7 minutes, and they're the number one offense.
Yeah,
Best ratio for a quarterback. I mean, he has all the criteria to back up a top 5 team right now. And I mean, right below him, I have no problem put the Colts in at 6, and then the Bears would drop down a little bit. And then you can debate about if the Saints should be over the Bears or how you feel about that. But what I think we
Eagles.
can feel like the same about is I don't think the Jets should be in the top 10.
No,
I mean,
no, Jets
unless
are
it's the
definitely.
CPU we're talking about. But I mean,
I think
if we were,
if you're gonna go, okay, we said the top 5 would be the Lions. We cut it off at the Lions, right?
yep, from there it
We'd
just gets really muddy. We got a lot of teams sitting at like the 3 and 4, 4 and 4 mark though. So I mean, if you don't go with the Jets, you're looking at the Vikings, the Cardinals, the Browns, the Panthers, the 49ers, or the Jaguars, or the Rams, or the Falcons, or the Bills. And I think if you were to pick any team out of that, it would have to be the Browns, right? I
Actually, I got to
mean,
give the Eagles. Well, the Browns definitely would be
well,
definitely in the top 10, but they've definitely taken a nosedive down into the top 10.
yeah. Well, no, I'm
Um,
saying they would be our 10th team. Like, I'm
oh,
saying the
okay.
Jets would be knocked out, and I mean, the Eagles and the Saints would be over the Browns.
I would, yeah, I would definitely put the Eagles shortly after the Colts because I mean I'm looking at their defensive stats and they've done some work. I mean they're definitely one of the top half defensively. So yeah, I mean the Browns are what the Browns are. I mean we know he's gonna be there at the end of the year, but just how he gets there, that's part of the discussion. It's funny though. We start looking at it, and the Bills aren't in the top 10, in my
Yep.
opinion.
No,
Who would have
I
thought
don't.
we'd say that?
It's crazy. I wouldn't have said that at the beginning of the season at all.
Yep. I mean, you look at some of these defenses, and we've been ranting and raving about the Bucks defense, and and I look at his offense, man, whew, man, that boy's got to get some offense. I mean, whew, 7 games played, and he's got 62 points. Man, you gotta get some answers there. At least score at least 10 points a game or something. Damn, whew,
For real,
that's
for real.
nasty. But yeah, I would definitely say that top 10, we got number 1 Cowboys, number 2 Bengals emerging, number 3 Steelers, number 4, who do we say number 4? Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Number 5, I know it was an NFC team. Help me out here.
Um,
Believe it was an NFC team, number 5.
I accidentally
Uh,
closed that out on my phone. I'm having a brain fart as well. Let me bring that back up. We had at the 5th spot, we had the Lions.
Thank you, thank you. Poor guy just can't get any love, man. Hello?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just
Pressed
having
something on my
controller
mic.
issues here.
But I think that about breaks it down for us. I mean, we have plenty of action to still unfold in week 9 before we look at week 10. And I mean, we've given the people plenty of things to digest.
Yeah, I think this year is going to be a lot more tighter races. Like we've had some tight races some years, but I think this is going to be one of those years where a lot of teams are so bunched together at the end of the year. And looking at it right now, the NFC is just as strong as the AFC.
Yeah, a
It's
lot more parity this season.
Yeah, a lot more. And it's going to shape up to be some cool scenarios at the end of the year.
I'm looking at week 10, and there's going to be some fireworks, these big games. But week 9, I'm excited to see some of these games. I'm really excited to see that Vikings-Saints game. If you had one thing you were excited to see about week 9 to close our SquadCast, what would it be?
Week 9. Like I said, those 3 games, I mean, Cowboys, Colts, I mean, until top dog is beaten down, can't keep big dog down. Steelers, Browns, I think we're looking at the old rivalry actually meaning a lot more in this matchup for the Browns.
Yep.
But I personally, I want to see that Saints Vikings game. I haven't seen
That's what
enough
I'm
of these two
thinking
teams.
too.
It's crazy, but we've heard a lot of talk from the Vikings, and the Saints guy's real quiet. We don't hear a lot from him, but he continues to beat some of the bigger guys.
And the Saints comes from that coaching tree that we've been talking about too. So,
yep.
A lot of good action coming up. We can't wait to talk about the recap. We're going to give you plenty of action. Our recap of the action coming up here soon. Hopefully we'll get another SquadCast in at a sooner date. It won't be so elongated of a period before our shows. Definitely will be around more. Try and get you guys more content.
And at first glance, looking at next week, I hate to say this, but you might have the game of the week, which is kind of fucked up.
I didn't want to say it. I was going to let you say it, but it really does ride that way. If the Cardinals win, they more or less seal up a playoff spot early in the season. If I do win, it becomes a race to see if the Rams can keep up with the both of us or if I can keep up with him and vice versa. It's going to add a lot of fireworks to the season on the outcome of this game.
Basically what we're saying is week 10, there is a lot of matchups that probably are going to go one way because if we're at the 49ers Cardinals, guys, I'm just going to let you know, not to be a dick. That's a really low game of the week for viewing pleasure.
Well, from jumping from the Browns Steelers to the NFC West clash, I can see the disappointment.
We have 3 games of the week this week. Now I'm looking at this and I'm going, I mean, if the Saints win this week, Saints Steelers will probably be it.
Okay, you want to steal our shine like that?
Well, but if the Saints lose, then it doesn't look as sexy. I mean, you got a big divisional game, and you look at the rest of the schedule.
You know what could be another sexy game in Week 10? I knew we weren't really going to dive into this, but once we look at it, it's kind of hard not to. Bulldogs at Ravens.
Really?
Yeah, really. I think that the Ravens, like you said, they've played some good ball. They almost beat the Bengals earlier this season. The Bulldogs usually plays in some pretty close games. They have some good defense, but I could see the Ravens giving us a little bit of hope for Maryland.
Fair enough. No, I
gotta leave everyone something to mull over, while
I want
they
to
wait
see
for
that
the
Bengals
next
Raiders
cast.
game. I've seen a lot of good Raiders defense, and I've seen the Bengals, and I've seen the way some of their games have played out. If he can get some pressure on the Bengals, that'll be an interesting game.
Fuck them up, Lip.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of these undefeated teams. It's too
Knock
easy
them
for these
off.
guys.
Put them on the chopping block.
Yep. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. But Yeah, out of the interesting games, I think those ones definitely. And
Eagles
my
Rams could be good too.
Eagles Rams will be good if it's an offensive shootout, but I think the Eagles defense, looking at some of their stats, they might show that their defense is really here to stay. But
You're not
I
looking
want to see
forward
the
to that
Browns.
Bills Packers game?
Bills Packers game. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I
No,
think that's a
actually,
perfect note to leave on. Just let them think about the
okay. See,
Packers.
I was just about ready to give Buccaneers some love here, but you had to kill it with that, man.
No,
So
no, no, no. I saw that as you said it, and that is a pretty good game. Oh, get, tell the people how you feel about that one, and then we'll close out.
I think the Browns are gonna win. So I mean, it's gonna be a good defensive struggle, but I didn't think we were gonna end it
That
on
was
that note. So,
anticlimactic as hell.
you know what? All right, fine. You know what? You want me to go completely off the radar? Titans are gonna beat the fucking Colts, and I don't know
Hell
why,
yeah.
but I'm gonna say it because he beats stupid or really
The Oilers
good fucking
win
teams.
when they're not supposed to.
Thank
Shout
you.
out Titans.
Shout out Titans. You suck. And Colts, I didn't mean to do this, but he fucking put me on the spot. So I know you're gonna win, but I had to do something.
Churn those
So.
gears a little bit.
Yeah. So, but thanks for everybody listening this week. I mean, I hope we kept everybody entertained. You know, I hope it wasn't too boring. I know we get a little
Sidetrack
here
talking
and there.
to ghost commissioners who join the podcast that
find out tomorrow
refuse
he's not
to
even with us anymore.
accept yeah, they refuse to he passed on and then
we talked to his ghost. What? we shouldn't laugh about that.
Things are getting strange.
We've had some real bad luck this year, or well, with just losses in the league. And for anybody that's had a loss this year, person, animal, no bullshit. I actually send out love because I just had a wake earlier this week, so I'm hoping that's the last week I have to go to since I'm in this football league. It feels like it's been one weird fucking year.
Truer words have not been spoken.
But thanks again, everybody. But Snake Plissken signing off. Hopefully next week.
This is Rusty Shackelford. And, just don't get into too many fist fights. DM people on time. And enjoy the game. Don't take it too seriously. And, treat yourself. Have a piece of pie. This is Rusty Shackelford.
If you hate anybody, keep yelling at me. I could take it.
Yeah, don't tell him to kill himself. All right.
Fucking terrible. All right, that's it. End of fucking show. Good night, everybody. Had to go there, didn't